Welcome back into another new session with me, Geetu. So, today, what is the topic that we're going to be learning? We will ensure to complete this vast big chapter today. So, we are going to be learning the last portion of the topical promotion mix. And below promotion mix, we are going to promotion and publicity. So if you actually look at your mind map, I have already done a separate video which I keep repeating again and again because it's very important for you to look at the mind map video for the chapter called marketing so that you can understand what are the topics that comes below this chapter called marketing, and uh, you can study according to that, or you can prepare for your exams according to that. And another thing is marks weightage as well. I have properly written it down in the mind map. So when it comes to sales promotion and publicity, sales promotion would come for a particular oriented question they would ask you, and the merits would come for a 2 marker, and publicity would come for a 4 marker. It's an important topic. So what exactly is sales promotion? So you see a lot of pictures here, right? So what exactly do you see? You see everywhere free gifts, buy one get one free. It's nothing but you're promoting your sales. You're already done your advertising, but here what you're doing is you're promoting your sales. You're, let's say, increasing your sales. You're doing everything possible so that your sales would increase. So that is regarding your. So in short, I have put the notes here as well. But in short, if you want to know what is sales promotion, it's nothing but it's a short term incentive which is encouraged to design the buyers to purchase immediately, and it includes all sorts of promotional efforts like buy one get one free contests, then free samples, and everything possible. And what they say is, when it comes to sales promotion, you have to put in a lot of efforts. Why? Because advertising is just like one time investment, and then you leave it, the advertisement reaches everywhere. But in case of sales promotion, you need to put a lot of efforts. So now, what exactly we would be topic, we would be learning the merits of sales promotion. Then we would go to the different promotional activities which I was telling you is important for a 5 marker. We would be learning under sales promotion. It creates an attention towards the buyers for us to purchase the product. Then any new products in the market can be advertised through uh, sales promotional activities. Then your see these sales promotional activities are designed as an addition towards your advertising and your personal selling. So advertisement, I told you, it's like a one time effort. Personal selling, you have to go door to door and you need to do it. So probably it cannot be like more effective. But when it comes to sales promotion, with your promotional activities, the firm can use this. They can do a lot of their promotion, and their sales can be increased through the sales promotional activities or tools. So what are the tools that we will be looking? So the important words, if I have to tell you in the merits, what you need to highlight will be here: it attracts the attention of people, here it helps to the introduction of new products in the market, and here, in addition to your advertising and your personal selling, this is sales promotion, creates like a supplement or like an additional, so that with your sales can be done. Okay, now what are the examples? I would say, like, if you go to your Reliance Trends, they say buy one get one free. Or probably you're going to leave us jeans, they say buy 50% off, 70% off. You see a lot of these offers, right? So that is what we're talking about, is called sales promotion. You enter a grocery, let's say supermarket, they'll say 20% extra on the 1 kg sugar. So what is this? All these are sales promotional tools. Now this is a 5 marker. Okay, this most of the time gets repeated in your final exam, so I'm going to mark it very important. Okay, so what is this sales promotion? Commonly used sales promotion activities. The first one, you can learn any, you need to learn 10 in this. So even if you, it's always better you at least know one line explanation for these sales promotional tools. They also call as tools, or they are also called as sales promotional activities. So these are pretty simple and pretty interesting for you to learn as well. So what's the first one? You have something called as rebate. What exactly is rebate? You purchase for, let's say, 1,000 rupees, then you get a rebate, you get a cashback, or you get, let's say, you get a clear off or excuse of paying an extra 1,000 rupees. So you indeed you're not paying 10,000, you're paying just 900. So 100 rupees goes off. Okay, so what is it? Offering products at special prices to clear off excess inventory. So wherever the stock is not getting cleared off easily, that is where they use this concept of rebate. Example, car manufacturer offers to sell a particular brand of car at a discount of 10,000. So what is the real price of the car? Let's say it's 20,000, but he's selling it for a 10,000. So you're getting a rebate. So that's what I was telling you. The dress that you're purchasing is 1,000 rupees, but they're giving it to you on an offer of 900 rupees. That's what is called rebate. Discount, you or most of you all know by now what is discount. 50% off, 40% off on the MRP price. So if the MRP price, let's say, is 100 rupees, they're saying 50% off is 50 rupees. So that is what is the rebate, sorry, discount. The third one is the refund. What is exactly is this refund? What they do is they'll refund a part of the price paid by the customer on some of the proof. Like example, they'll say you purchase for 3,000, you'll get a refund of 1,000. So any bill that goes above 3,000, you'll get a cashback of rupees 1,000. So what is it? You have to go and do the billing for that 3,000. The minute you submit the bill, the minute they receive the bill of 3,000, they would say you got a refund of 1,000 rupees. That's the offer we have. Okay, so don't go into depth into all these things, but I'm again and again I'm telling you, it is important for you to know these commonly used sales promotional activities. Okay, so probably you can know the words and you can know like one or two lines for it explanation, more than enough. Don't go into much of the depth. The next one is product combination. What exactly is this product combination? Yes, you buy a Coke, you get another one free. You buy, let's say, Lay's, you get another Lay's packet free. All this is product combination. You buy the same product, and according to that, you get something. Like example, you buy 1 kg of rice. Along with 1 kg of rice, you get half kg of dal, or 25 kgs of rice bag you buy, you get like 5 kgs of wheat flour. So all this is nothing but it is product combination. Okay, then the next one is a quantity gift. What exactly is quantity gift? Okay, the most common products that is used by the marketers, like toiletry products, shaving cream, all these things, right? These things they will give it to you as extra, let's say, along with a Colgate paste, you will get a brush. Along with your Lysol, you will get a small bottle of Harpic. All these are nothing but quantity gifts. So offering extra quantity of the products which is commonly used. So example, what you can say, 40% extra on your rice bag, or let's say if the rice bag is like 25 kgs, they'll say let's say 1 kg extra. So what is all this quantity? Word itself is telling you quantity. Quantity means extra on whatever you are buying. That is the meaning of quantity. So I was just telling you, you buy Lysol, you get one small bottle of Harpic. That's something, but it's quantity. Why? Because there's extra something that you're getting with the product. What it's called as quantity. Next one is instant draws and assigned gifts. Instant draws, you can relate to any mall that you walk into, and in that mall they would actually tell you, please, they'll give you a, let's say, like a card, and they'll tell you scratch through it, and they'll ask you, okay, win next time. They would be written like, okay, you did not win anything, probably you win the Cadbury's chocolate. That's nothing but your scratch cards. Okay, so all those are your scratch cards. Then you have your lucky draws. What are these lucky draws? Like example, again you enter the mall and they ask you to fill a form. Okay, like let's say Sigma Mall or Garuda Mall or any mall that you actually go into your regular shopping. So here they give you a form. In that form, you fill your name, your telephone number, your address, everything. And after that, they would say there's a lucky draw. You put it in the lucky draw, or let's say that box or whatever it is. Then they would say 31st of December, there's a lucky draw coupon that's going to be picked, and those people who win are going to get so and so products. So what it is, all these are nothing but offers which will make people spend a lot of time, or they want to buy these particular kind of products. So the next one is usable benefits. What are these usable benefits? Like example, you get a movie voucher when you are let's say purchasing goods worth of 3000 rupees. You get a movie voucher, let's say for 500 rupees, or movie to go and watch like just for two, or let's say a restaurant coupon you get. All these are nothing but usable benefits which you can use it later on the purchase of your product. The next one is full finance at 0%. What exactly is this full finance at 0%? Many marketers or consumers durables such as electronic goods, automobiles, etc. offer easy financing schemes. The reason I'm reading it for you is because I'm going to tell you with example, okay? Easy financing schemes such as 24 easy installment, 8 upfront, and 16 to be paid as post-dated checks. However, one should be careful about the file charges. Now, what exactly is this? There are places like the Spa International, Ashirwad, all these are places where they would sell a lot of these durable appliances like TV, fridge, washing machine, all these things. So these people, if you go there up to the, let's say the finance department, there itself there'll be a team which is sitting. They would say if you don't have money to pay, if you don't have money to buy all these products, we would help in financing. Now, how exactly the financing of the products works? Now, the financing, how it exactly it works is 0% loan, sorry, 0% interest charges will be laid. They will give you a card like this Bajaj finance card or something like that. This card, what will happen is every month from your account, from your debit card account, 1500 rupees. So if you're buying a washing machine for let's say 20,000 rupees, every month for the next 1 year you will have to pay 1,500, and no interest is going to be charged at all. So that is the meaning of full finance at 0%. So you can buy a washing machine, you can buy your television, whatever you want to buy, and you don't have to pay any interest. Why? Because the interest is calculated. That's the offer that's been given to you by the organization. Why? They want you to buy the 20,000 rupees worth of product, and they want you to enjoy the product so that you don't pay for the product that's been provided. Now, the next one is sampling. What exactly is sampling? Sampling is nothing but, do you see this lady here? Okay, what exactly she's doing? There are counters where you have sampling products like your perfumes. You can just spray those free sampling products of perfumes, and you can smell and see if you really like the product. You can buy the product. Or what they would do on newspaper, let's say morning, early morning, you receive the newspaper at 6 a.m. or let's say 7 a.m. if you receive newspaper at home, and on the paper they would actually staple a small sachet of the shampoo. And why? Because it's a new product, they want you to try the product. So what is happening when the product is going to be introduced in the market? Like this, sampling is going to be done on the product. So all these are nothing but promotional activities which is going to take place. Now, next one is contests. What are these contests? Contest is nothing but the quiz. Like they probably ask you some questions again in the mall itself, and you give the right answers. Depending on the questions that you had answered, you get lucky and you win prizes for that particular kind of product. So all these are nothing but activities. Now, going into the second half of the topic, I told you, which is very, very important, which I hope you remember. I told you it is publicity. So, I'm even before the topic comes out on the screen, I'm going to mark the topic very, very important, because you have 4 markers that would come from this particular topic. So, please ensure that you're going to learn this particular topic. It's very simple. Publicity. Public. But if you break the word called publicity here, you have here public and city. So what is doing? This public is leading their life in this city here. So these people are publishing or they are speaking word of mouth and they are informing everybody about the product. So what is this man telling? He is using some products. He likes the review of the products. He is telling his friends, he is telling his colleagues, he is telling his family members, and they also start using. That's nothing but that's what it's called. So what exactly is it? It's a paid form of communication or it's a non-paid form of communication? Definitely, it's a non-pay form of communication, unlike advertising. Advertising is the most expensive and it's the paid form of communication. But here it's a non-paid form of communication. Directly, the media itself will speak about your product, how are the reviews of the product, whether they like using the product or not. Okay, so the examples are also there. Why? Because definitely when if they like using your products, they would speak positive about your products. Like example Dow, they'll take real reviews about the products and they will say that the product is really good. But if they don't like your products, they'll say no, don't use this product, you'll end up losing all your hair. And there's negative reviews about your product. So the public is publicizing or publishing about your product. That's what is called as publicity. Coming into in publicity, you have two topics. Features would come as a two marker, may come, may not come, but safer side, just read it or learn it because there's not much for you to really learn here. You know, it's an unpaid form of communication. Why? Because the organization is not really publicizing anything, it's just done by people. And there are no manufacturers or retailers who are really sponsoring this kind of publicity, or they're not doing anything about the product here. It's all done by the public. So these are the only two features of. Now this topic is a very important four marker. So I'm going to mark it here as a four marker, and please ensure you're not ignoring these topics in this particular chapter called marketing. Why? Because this chapter called marketing is very, very important. You have 20 marks worth of questions that would come from this chapter. And if you actually listen to the mind map, jot it down, write it down somewhere, then this chapter is like an easy cakewalk for you. And definitely 15 to 16 marks or 20 mark questions comes from this chapter every single year, trust me. Now, what exactly is public relations? All of you know this, okay? I'm just going to or let's say I'm going to just interpret it for you and make you understand. Now, public relations in an organization, every organization has a team, okay? Now, this particular team is the team that is going to publish everything, or these are the people who are going to get in contact with the media. Now, just like how you have the finance team, advertising team, marketing team, all this you have, like this in the marketing team itself, there'll be one team called as public relations team. This team, what they will do, they will have connection with the media. Media is nothing but the news agencies, okay? Because when you see for the publish of the product, or let's say for the review of the product, the positivity of the product or the negativity of the product, the media plays a very major role, okay, in the entire country. So what happens is, in the organization there's a particular team called as public relations team. This public relations team will have contact with the media. Media is nothing but news agencies, okay? So these media people will get in touch for informations about the product, new products, old products, change of any products with the organization. And the organization, the public relations team, would get in touch with the media to speak good about their product. Okay, so that is exactly how this public. Now, what is this role of public relations? Okay, this public relation public relations, how exactly is it works. This is how the main role is. That's what I was telling you. They have to show a positive response or positive manner. They have to present themselves really well to the press. And when the this particular team, the public relations team, is wanting to provide information about the new products to the media, they have to ensure that they are researching and they're developing about their products, and only then they are getting in touch with the media, because the media and the press will not take in let's say wrong information, because they would also do their own research, and they would also find out how exactly the organization's reputation is, and they would also get a lot of information, leaked out information. So before you go out to the media or the press, you need to understand as an organization that you need to research a lot about the product that you have developed. You need to know what are the questions that's going to backfire at you, and only then you need to have a lot of true facts, correct picture about your product, and then go out to the press and the media. These are what are the roles you have, like 5 points that's very important for the team, that's a public relations team, to follow. Now, what exactly is it? First one is public relation. Like I told you, they have to first ensure that they have a story. If they are coming out with with a new product, they should have researched a lot about the product or about the development of the product, and they should ensure that when they are presenting the topic to the press, when they're talking about their product, it's not difficult to convince them, even if the press is going to backfire a lot of questions and ask them about, like, let's say the negativity of your product, or your downfall of the product. You are able to answer back, telling that probably we have a new versions coming up with the research, with the kind of research that we have, and you should be able to provide a lot of true facts, so that the news can ensure that they're publishing the right information to the public about your organization. Example, when Tata came out with Tata Nano, what happened? They said it's like a low budget car which can be affordable by everyone, like the Tata Nano for a price of 1 lakh. There was a lot of reviews which was done, a lot of information that was coming. But now, in this, let's say this happened 5 years down the lane. But now, do you see any advertisements on Tata Nano? No. The new version of the car came in. But after that, I don't see any advertisements on the car called Tata Nano. Why? Because there was a downfall of the product, okay? And in on the news, there was a lot of information that came up of this particular product, telling there was an engine blast and things did not work out well, all these kind of things. So you need to be well prepared when the media is going to investigate things, and when you are going to go ahead to the media. So whatever team, this particular team, the press, the public relations team in your organization should be very careful, okay, when they are going to get themselves related with the press. So the first point, I hope you understood, press relations. Product publicity. Now, what are you doing? You're publicizing your product. How exactly are you going to publicize your new product? So now the press will not be the only means of you publicizing. Definitely, you're going to follow advertising, all this. But the public relations team will ensure that they design how they're going to carry out a lot of things. Definitely, there will be a lot of these events that would come up. So, cultural events or sports events, or let's say news conferences, seminars, exhibitions, all these ways they are going to publicize on the products or whatever they are going to provide. Okay. So, what is the need for it? The main reason this particular team, the public relations team, should understand that only when you go to a lot of these conferences, you speak about your product, you are going to get familiarized. Let's say the top business tycoons are going to know about your product, and they would be aware. And the competitions, you would also get to know about the competitions when you attend a lot of these seminars, international conferences, and these news conferences. So that it's very important for your product publicity. Is corporate communication. Word itself is telling you corporate. That means what? Corporate refers to the MNC organizations. So where did you go and publish your product? You published it with the news channels, the media, okay? Then second, you have published it with your conferences, your seminars, your newsletters you have released, you have done a lot of these studies, and on a formal way you have publicized about your product. That's not by literally going and selling it, but speaking about your product, the core values about your product. Now here what are you doing? It's a corporate communication. Definitely your MNC companies are your big money minded businesses which are going on nowadays. So what is happening here? In your When these MNC companies are having their, let's say, this or their own their events, their major events, that time you are speaking to these employees, you're telling them about their products, you are showing them audio visual materials, you're giving them articles free of cost, you're giving them brochures, you're publishing your annual reports so that the companies will get to know about your product. And when the companies get to know, the employees will also get to know about the products and they would start using the products. So all these are nothing but like example. When we were in when you're working in these MNCs, you get a lot of these Oriflame books, or let's say you get a lot of these Amway products which one person ends up buying and they pass it on. I'm just giving you minute examples, okay? But these what I'm talking is like a very big level examples. So I'm just giving you small things so that your brain can accept. But what I'm talking is like on the big picture. I'm not talking about small products. I'm talking about like big products which when the MNC companies get to know about these kind of products, they would also start using with their organizations. And for a proof and for better advertisements, you can publish your annual reports, your brochures, your articles, your audiovisual materials. All these will end up helping. Okay, organization has to deal with the government officials and different ministers in charge. See, now we are going in. If you actually see this topic called role of public relations, it goes in a like a particular order. See, when you're going to introduce a new product to the market, you are concentrating on different people. What are you doing? You're having a team called as the public relations team within your organization. These public relations team has a connection with the media, with the press, and they have to ensure that they know end to end about the product. Who knows? Not the media and the press. You know about the product end to end. So that when you are reaching out to the media and the press for any of your research or publishing, they even if they are going to cross question you, you'll be able to answer. Next is to the public. You are publishing your products to the public, you are ensuring that they are aware of your products. Then you are going to corporate MNC companies, you are publishing your newsletters, your journals, then you're having conferences, all these you're doing. Then lobbying. Now you're coming to government. The government, the government definitely puts their head into everything, and they have to ensure that they know that what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. So definitely, if you are a company who's publishing a new product, definitely you'll have to pay tax to the government. So what is happening? You have to maintain a healthy relationship with the government, with let it be commerce or industry or whatever it is. Why? Because you're going to do a lot of import and export. So we are not talking about small level product. We're definitely talking about a bigger level product. So what is happening here? You need to maintain good relationship with the government, which is very very important. So that is what is called as lobbying. Okay, you call it as lobbying. More lobbying is nothing but dealing with government officials and different ministers in charge of your corporate affairs. Why corporate affairs? Because you fall into industry and commerce, because you are the one who's manufacturing the product. So that is a need, there's a reason where you have to pay a lot of tax, you have to pay a lot of your other money which you have to push here and there. So you need to maintain healthy relationship with the government. Okay, one is called counseling. What exactly is counseling? Counseling is what the company has a goodwill, it has a good reputation, a good name, which it has created by itself. So what is happening? It's contributing money and time to certain causes. So you know what is counseling? This public relations team, which has been created in the organization, whatever profit the organization is earning, probably 5% of that profit would be given to the public relations team or the department, and this particular department will be in charge of taking care of social responsibility. That's nothing but voluntary association towards the welfare of the society. Why? Because you are the one who are contacting government officials, media, the corporates, the public. You have contact with everyone. So what are you doing? You are contributing to the environment, the wildlife, the children's rights, the education. You're providing money, you're providing, let's say, assistance, so that it would create a positive goodwill on your organization. Positive goodwill, or goodwill refers to your name, okay, or reputation. So how are you doing it? You're doing it by building awareness, okay. All this, don't go into depth, probably learn only the points. So how are you doing it? Building awareness. What exactly is building awareness? You're coming up with a lot of stories, dramatics to teach children through education how exactly you can save the environment, okay, by using these kinds of safe products. All these are methods by which you can counsel the public, you can educate children, and you can tell them how you can conserve the environment. Team is responsible for all this? Definitely the public relations team, because they are getting some amount of money from their organization and they are doing all these activities. So what is happening? The name and fame of the organization is also getting built. And what happens? People have a positive review about the organization, telling that okay, these people are helping us in terms of education. These organizations have linked up with a lot of NGOs. Okay, so all these are nothing but building credibility. What happens? The product comes in the media, whether print or electronic, it always lends credibility and people believe in the product since it is in the news. So definitely if you see it on the news telling, oh, the Renault Duster car is excellent, it's giving you excellent mileage, what happens? People believe the news. Why? Because this, they know that when they, you cannot, the news will not publish wrong kind of information. The news people, the media people do a lot of research on whatever they are publicizing. So that is the reason the organizations also have their facts and figures before they can go to the media. Then stimulates safe sales forces. So what's happening here? You can convince your retailers, you're convincing your dealers, and why? Because they are already heard of your products, so it's easy for them to buy your products and they can sell it back to the consumers because they've seen about your product, they've heard about your product. Then lower promotional cost. Word of mouth is the most advantageous and the most massive way of um, selling for product, even more than advertising or by personal selling. So the have, this is an 8 marker, okay, and it's a very easy topic because we know by now what is the meaning of advertising and we know by now what is the meaning of personal selling. Okay, so the difference is very important. Ensure that you're learning this difference, ensure that you're writing it down somewhere. The question would come, explain the difference between advertising and personal selling for 8 marker, or if it comes for a 4 marker also, but best learn it for an 8 marker because it's very important. So if you ask me, advertising is personal or impersonal? Definitely it's impersonal because you are not going into the person's house and selling the product. You are doing it over the television through an ad shoot. But if you ask me about personal selling, definitely you're holding a bag in your hand and you are going door to door selling the product. So that's the first difference. The second one is advertising involves transmission of standardized messages. Standardized messages means what? People start, the actors and the actresses by heart the message and they tell the same message to in the same language, or let's say in different languages they shoot it. And what is happening here? The message is it's not custom made as per the lower level, let's say the uneducated people, the educated people, and the top level people, the top class. It's not custom made that way. So what is happening, it's just standardized message. But when it comes to personal selling, your message can be adjusted. So if I walk into a house, let's say I'm selling kurtis, if I'm walking into a house, they don't understand, let's say English, I'll ask them next question. Okay, what's your mother tongue? Which language do you understand? Do you understand Kannada? Do you understand Hindi? Do you understand Malayalam? So what am I asking them? I'm adjusting myself to the customer's needs, okay? So that the message can be understood by the customers very appropriately. The third one is advertising is inflexible. Why inflexible? It cannot cater to the needs of everyone. Like probably you're shooting an advertisement to show that Preeti Mixie jar. This is how you use the Preeti Mixie. But are you showing to them how you're using all the way the mixie, the juicer, the other blades, how you're changing? You're not showing them all this. So, do you really think advertisement is flexible? No, it is definitely inflexible. And when it comes to personal selling, it's highly flexible. So even if you ask him two, three times, tell me how exactly should I fix this? Where exactly should I fix this? Can I take a video of how you're doing it? Sure, I'm happy as long as I'm able to sell the product to the customer and make the customer happy. So only the highlighted words you will learn, nothing else. With the help of the highlighted words, you can write your answer. Now, advertising, it has mass reach because it reaches crores of people, many people. But when it comes to personal selling, it reaches only limited number of people. So what is happening here? When advertising it reaches crores of people, large number of people can be approached, but in personal selling only around 110-15 people can be approached. Probably in a day 40 people can be approached, depending on how heavy your bag is, how far you can walk and go. Now, in advertising, the cost per person reached is very low. That means what? Even if advertising is very expensive, at the end of the day, the product cost is 5 rupees Vim bar soap, 10 rupees Vim bar soap. The original price of Vim bar soap will be 1 rupee, 2 rupee, but they are including the packaging cost, the advertising cost, and they're making the cost of the soap 10 rupees. But if you ask a customer, can you pay 10 rupees? Customer will say, yes, I'm very happy to pay 10 rupees. I don't have problem at all. So what are they saying? Even if advertising is expensive, the cost that is divided for like 3 lakhs people or 4 lakhs people on advertising is very, very less. So people don't have a problem paying that particular kind of money. But in when it comes to personal selling, example, you're going and selling kurtis to door and you're charging the kurtis 500 rupees, they will say it's too expensive. If I walk into a nearby shop itself, I will get 300 rupees, 400 rupees kurtas. You give me a discount. But when it comes to personal selling, you cannot give any discount. So the cost which is incurred by the person here is very, very high. Okay. The next one is advertising can cover the market in a short time. Definitely, because you don't have people walking on the road. You're just doing a photo shoot and then you're uploading it as a video. But here what is happening, you can cover only a limited number of crowd. Okay. Next one, it uses mass media like television, TV, radio. Here it does not use mass media. It uses your sales staff, your sales people, whoever is there to do your particular selling. The next one is it lacks direct feedback. Okay. Marketing research efforts are needed to judge customers' reaction. So what is happening here? People, once the advertisement is done and once they start using the product now, definitely you have to go out on the roads and you have to find out how exactly do you like the product, or probably you need to give them your survey papers or your email IDs or your questionnaires, and you need to tell them how exactly you need to ask people to fill it, because you really don't know whether people like your product or don't like your product. But when it comes to personal selling, people will tell you on your face there itself, immediate reaction. People will not wait to tell you about the reaction of the product. So when it comes to advertising, immediate reactions you cannot see. You need to take like surveys, you need to take like feedbacks. But when it comes to personal selling, immediate reactions, immediate feedback is given. Next one, advertising is more useful and in creating and building interest of consumers in the firm's product. So if the organization is looking to building interest of the consumers in the if consumers should feel that okay, this is the product I really want, okay, like let's say Lay's or let's say Coca-Cola, Mountain Dew, people feel like, oh, I drink this, I become like this. If I have Red Bull, a drink of Red Bull, I'll definitely fly and I'll get the energy of a bull. No. So what are they saying? The advertisements are made to like that so that people will believe. But when it comes to personal selling, it's more like and the awareness. So when you ask them questions like, tell me, no, if I wash this kurta, will the color go? The person will say, ma'am, probably first wash, don't wash it with the other clothes, wash it separately. So what is happening here? Awareness is given about the product. The last one is advertising is more useful in marketing to the ultimate customers who are in large in number. So what is happening here? Reaching a large number of customers and you're reaching the ultimate consumers. But here in personal selling, it's more helpful in selling products to the industrial buyers or to intermediaries. So what they are saying here in advertising, it's easy to sell products to the customer directly. Why? Because customers looking at the television and the newspaper, they see the product, they come and buy the product. But here, what is happening in personal selling? You have to convince the customer so much and make the customer believe in the product that by the time that customer buys one or two product, you are fallen dead. So rather what you can do, you can sell it to a wholesaler or a retailer. That wholesaler retailer buys the product from you and he ends up selling to the customer. So if the customer buys from wholesaler retailer for extra 100 rupees also, they will not mind, because they feel that wholesalers retailers sell for a lesser price, and personal selling these people or end up selling for a higher price. That's the notion that they create for themselves. So this particular topic, as I told you, is a very very important 8 marker. So again, I'm going to mark the words here. Please ensure you are learning this topic, not ignoring it. The words I'm underlining, please ensure to learn these. So we conclude the chapter called marketing by this. There are lots of videos that's published. Please ensure listen to the mind map. Make a note of the mind map 100 times. I'm telling you all, because these topics are topics which you can score in term when it comes to your exams. So any doubts, any questions, let me know. I'm free to I'm there to help you, to make you understand, to answer all your doubts. Just type a message, leave a comment, okay? Like and subscribe, and please share the videos so that others can also gain knowledge.